Yeah, Anugna, you're logged in?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. Let us wait for others to join. They're all there. People are still awaited, right?
Sir, about that assignment, I have a doubt, sir.
Yeah,
Uh,
what out your work?
is that the CSR activity and PR activity, they are, I can't differentiate it while for this COVID, sir.
Thing
It's,
is, now companies are required to contribute 2% of their average net profit for the last 3 years towards CSR fund. And from out of this fund, they are required to undertake certain CSR activities. Now, uh, companies have been found to utilize this opportunity of utilizing CSR fund or taking up CSR initiatives, not necessarily from the social benefit point of view, or helping different sections of the society. They are using this as their PR program also. So by undertaking these activities, by extending these programs to different sections of the society, they have been able to send a message to the society, message to the community, message to the external stakeholders that they are not simply profit motive. They don't have only the profit making as their principal objective. They are concerned about the society. This is how your organization, say whatever you buy, you have seen some of the organization saying, say if you buy this product, we are going to contribute 1 rupee for a given cause, given fund, etc. You must have seen such announcements or communications from the companies. So they are using CSR is a standalone initiative or program. It is not necessarily a part of PR. But of late, companies have been found utilizing this window of CSR to publicly project themselves as socially responsible, socially conscious, socially concerned organizations, and thereby trying to create a goodwill in the minds of the people, in the minds of the consumers, in the minds of the society, a positive say impression about the company, thereby enlarging their market share, their enlarging their reach to the consumers, attracting more consumers to their organizations, to products and services. So they are indirectly using even CSR programs, CSR activities to publicly project themselves. So it is a part of public relations. That is how we have to infer these activities, the CSR activities of the organization. Otherwise, if you strictly go by the textbook Definitional meaning, whatever I have given as under A, that is corporate communications, or the messages or the programs or the information companies would like to give out to their target, the public target audience. That is a direct professional managerial activity, which is a part of PR, corporate communication. I am trying to see a enlarged vision of PR by invoking even the CSR, because companies, uh, whether overtly or covertly, whether openly or in a covered fashion, they are using CSR activities uh, to project themselves, to try to have a good impression in the minds of the public. So that's how you have to interpret the latest PR, CSR initiatives of the government. So from that angle, you try to identify some of these things. Even you must have seen some. I have come across a communication by a biscuit manufacturer. You buy one packet and you are going to contribute 1 rupee to ISKCON, 1 rupee to some other cause or chief minister's relief fund, etc. etc. For every 1 rupee you buy. HLL, especially with you girls, you must be quite aware. HLL had long back initiated, you buy this product and we are going to buy, we are contributing 1 rupee on every buy you make to this fund, etc. So these things are there. You have to look at these things from that perspective of that. So I am finding 5 people have logged in. Pooja, HC, Aishwarya, Jinnu, Sonia, Ganesh, Chaitra, and of course Anujina. What happened to others? They are already tired of the 3 classes, attending 3 classes. Are you able to hear me? Pooja, Aishwarya, you're all there? Sonia?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fine, fine. What's time now? Time is now 1:02, 1:03. Let's wait for another 2 minutes and then start the class.
In Yamaha Instagram page, they have posted they are going to extend the service days for those who had their service time in this COVID-19 lockdown time. So, can we take that as a PR
Who has
for
posted?
instance?
Some companies have posted, right?
Yamaha company has posted this in Instagram page, their Instagram page.
That is, are they extending the superannuation date? Are
Yes,
they
sir.
extending the superannuation date for say by these 2 months or 1 month
Those
or
who
whatever?
had,
Yeah, you can consider this. Yeah, you can consider.
vehicle service time, sir.
Okay, you can consider this as a PR directed towards their internal stakeholders, because this is limited only to the employees, not to the outside public or the external stakeholders. So it is in fact,
I mean, they're extending the customer service service that they
oh,
had in these two.
then it is absolutely a corporate communication directed towards their external audience, that is consumers. We can count this as a part of PR. Oh, yes, absolutely, absolutely. I thought it is for employees. It is for employees. It is for internal thing. You know this. Say, if you see the curriculum of PR, the next unit is about employee communication. It is also a part of PR. But if you say it is the warranty period or the service period, is it not for the products or services? That is absolutely a part of PR. You can count this in as PR exercise, and you can include in your.
Can I take a screenshot and add that?
Yes, yes. You can take the screenshot and add this as an annexure, not as an answer. You will have to write down, you will have to type down the communication, whatever they have given. Okay, stating the company and the date of issue, the context of this communication, etc. As a proof, you can add as an annexure the screenshot of their communication, whatever I used to send the same way. But the content you have to collect and type down in your answer. That's what how you have to submit your answer. Please do this. Please go on. Even if you look at different say, even if you look at different companies websites, you will see a lot of postings these days. I come across financial services and banks and stockbroking firms. That's why I'm sharing those things. You might be having such communications being issued by other organizations also, manufacturing, FMCG, consultancies, even hospitals, hotels, etc. Right? That's why I have asked you to list out at least 10 different companies from different sectors, so that you will have an idea as to how these things are being currently handled by different companies. I get to receive only from the companies where I have got some account or something like that. But you try to do at least 10 different companies from different sectors, so that what type of communications are being sent out by these companies to the public, especially in the background of this current impasse or lockdown. That's a good study we can make. In fact, once you submit all these assignments and once we come back to the campus, I would like to have these as a seminar only. I will try to convert them as seminars. You can present this so that we can complete that part of your CIA also, right? And if this is going to be indefinitely continued, say as some messages are saying that it is likely to be continued till May 31st, I may in the latter part of this month, I may ask you to shoot a 5-minute video and post this, right? I can look at those presentations. You have your family members in front of you and give a lecture to them and right, videograph this one and post it. I will look into them during the off time and I will communicate like this. We shall do like this, right? You can shoot this through your mobile only and we can post that video. Okay, let's wait for that. But let us, you complete this assignment part and submit this either in Google Classroom. In fact, I am going to post this assignment and the entire notes for all the 6 units in Google Classroom, and I will share the Google Classroom code with you probably this evening or tomorrow, this afternoon or evening. We can go through all the 6 units notes and all, right? Let's complete this part. We can submit the assignment even in Google Classroom instead of me mailing it. So I will pass on the instructions. Okay, now only 6 are there. Others have not joined. Let me start the class. Let me start sharing the screen. Please be on the line. This is where we had stopped yesterday. Yeah, this will appear on your screen. This is where we had to stop there, and I had asked you to ponder over these questions. All of you have experience of this one. This is the second set of theories of persuasion and social influence included in Unit 2. And the issue of persuasion. Persuasion means a gentle compulsion, a gentleman's compulsion, right? Without hurting, without trying to trying to make you feel that it is you are forced or pushed to this. You are gently advised, counseled, right? Talked into. That is called persuasion. And the social influence. Are you able to hear me? Hello? Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Please have a relook at this slide and we shall go to the next. We have come across all this. All of you have come across this one. You had checked up with your friend about the appropriate dress to wear for a particular function. You had someone trying to tell you to buy something which probably initially you didn't want to buy. you are compelled to attend some social events or functions in your family or friends or even otherwise, because someone else you can easily relate to your family members ask you to do, and sometimes you have changed your behavior because of the the orders from the government authorities, police, parent, teacher, or students, etc. Right? So these were, so for example, you were used to get up at 8 o'clock. Now the college has fixed the timetable from 7:30, and now you are compelled to get up at 6 o'clock, get ready, and catch the college bus by 7, and trying to be there on the campus by 7:25. Right? That is the answer for the last bullet point. So, in response to certain orders or instructions by the public authorities, we tend to behave tend to change our behavior as a response. So this is all our experience. This is all a part of persuasion and social influence, as you can see it in the title of this slide. Now, what is social influence? A change in avert behavior. Avert means open behavior. The opposite of avert is covert. Covert. Covert means closed. Covert means closed or covered up. Avert means it is open. It is publicly visible. So a change in our open behavior, public behavior, caused by real or imagined pressure from others, because some people want, or we feel that some people want this, want us to behave like this, teachers want us to behave like this, parents want us to behave like this, neighbors want us to behave like this. In a public place we tend to behave, we might not behave in the same fashion, right, in our privacy, right? Are you aware of such situations where you change your behavior, change your conduct, the way you conduct yourself in the public, right? Because someone is watching you, someone expects you to behave like this, right? We might like to eat with our bare hands, but when we go to a five-star hotel, when we see all others eating with spoons and forks, we tend to use that same thing. We tend to follow the same thing, right? We might be very comfortable in our informal dresses, but the college wants you to come in a uniform, in a prescribed uniform. So you change when you come out to the college, to the campus, you come in a uniform. You might not be very comfortable. Or given an opportunity, you might like to come in your uniforms. Or when you are at home, when you are not in this campus setting, you might be in an informal dress, right? So this is called social impact. The influence by the outside society, influence by the members of the society, members of the public, right? Which has uh, got on our behavior, on our public behavior, on our public behavior, right? So this is called social influence, a part of the second set of theories. Social influence means a change in the open public displayed behavior caused by real or imagined pressure from others. Sometimes these expectations and pressures are real. College wants you to come in uniform. That is a real pressure. But sometimes while going out, or sometimes going out to a function or etc., we imagine that these fellows would be coming there. Our auntie would be coming there. Our uncle would be coming there. Their daughters would be coming there. They are from Bangalore. They are from US. They would be expecting us to see like this or wear like this. So let us have to wear this dress, have to wear this apparel or whatever. See, sometimes it might be imagined. We might not be knowing. They might not be really expecting us to see that kind of dress and all, but we imagine. So there will always be some kind of real pressures, real expectations from the society as to how we have to conduct ourselves, as to how we have to behave ourselves. Some other times it could only be our imagination. It might not be really there. They might not be really expecting, but we imagine because of the circumstances, because of our past experience, because of what we have seen in other situations similar to this, we tend to think that they expect us to behave like this, so let us behave like this. Let us not embarrass them, or let us not embarrass ourselves. So this is called social influence. This is quite a very common experience. All of you might be. Now there is a research on this social or group influence. See the diagram. There are six what you call the lines are there. Three on the left side, and there is a partition line, and the three on the other side. Now, which of these three lines on the left? One, two, three. From among one, two, three. Are you able to see the slide? Are you able to see the
Yes,
slide?
sir.
Fine. See lines on the left side, 1, 2, 3, and compare them with 4, 5, 6 on the right. And the question is, which of the three lines on the left, that is from among 1 to 3, closely matches line on the right, that is from among 4, 5, 6. Which one do you think two are similar? One from the left and the one from the right. Which are the two lines similar? Hello? Which are the two lines in these two groups look similar? Hello? Aishwarya, can you see this? Yeah. Unmute your,
I agree.
unmute your audio and answer me. 1 and 6 are similar.
1 and 6, sir.
And 6 and
Any other answers?
Next, 3 and 5.
Okay.
3 and 5.
Okay.
3 and 5.
3 and 5, 2 and 4.
Fold back your answer. What would you say if you were in a group of 6 others? Say, you are, in fact, today only 6 students are there attending this class. So you 6 are there, and all agreed the answer was 2 and 4. Suppose all of you are barring you are in a group of 6. The remaining 5 tell you that line 2 and line 4 are exactly similar, closely matched with each other. Put back your answer. Suppose they forcefully tell you, no, Aishwarya, line 2 and line 4 are similar. What Aishwarya would say? What would you say if you were in a group of 6 others and all agreed? See the last part of the sentence. The answer was 2 and 4. Now let's go to the next slide. Same slide is there. When alone, now you are all alone. You are not in a group. You are in your respective places, right? You are not in a group like the regular classroom. Now, when alone, 95% of the participants got the answer correct. What was your answer? What was your answer? Which are the two lines similar?
3
Three.
5.
3 and 5.
3 and 5. When alone?
1 and 6.
Wait. When alone, 95%. Why? I think 95% because someone is saying 1 and 6. Others agree. 95% of you have got the correct answer. That is line 3 and 5. Okay. But see here, the bullet below that line, 75% went against their own eyes at least once if the group gave a wrong answer. Suppose if somebody told 1 and 6, suddenly for a fraction of a second, at least once, some of you might have thought, oh, this looks same. Yes, these two lines appear to be same. Though you know that the answer is 3 and 5, if somebody or if majority of the participants in the group tell you that it is not 3 and 5, it is 1 and 6, at least for a few seconds before coming back to your original correct answer, you tend to think that, well, this is also the correct answer. Even 1 and 6 look right. So that is the meaning of the last bullet point. 75% went against their own eyes. They are seeing this. 3 and 5 are similar, but still, at least once, if the group gave a wrong answer, they also tend to give or subscribe or endorse this wrong answer. Sometimes this happens. This is experience. Suddenly, we tend to believe that when the reason is, the excuse is, all cannot be wrong. Is it not? We tend to say, no, all cannot be wrong. Then I only must not have seen it properly or correctly, right? I might not have seen this with complete attention or focus. So I might have made a mistake. Otherwise, all the remaining five might not have made this mistake. When all of them are saying it is 1 and 6, well, the answer might be 1 and 6. Such a thought, at least as a passing thought, might have come to your mind. This happens. This has been identified by a group called as research group. It has made extensive research on social or group influence, and it has found such tendencies, such tendencies. Even though we know the what is correct, what is the right thing, when all others are going in our group, we tend to change. We tend to think that it is the right thing. When all others are going out without the mask, we tend to think, okay, okay, it might be okay, at least in the morning, not wearing the mask might be okay because the virus might not be still activated. Only when the sun rises, temperature rises, the virus might get active. We might tend to interpret this in a different way, and we might tend to follow this. When all others are going out without mask, we tend to say, oh, it might be okay. But when you come back and when you see your TV, when you see the messages on your mobile, you say that no, going out without mask is not correct. This is the right behavior, right response. But for a moment, you might have thought, at least once during the last 15 days, that it might be okay to go without mask or not to maintain a 1 meter distance. Why should we be 1 meter if it is? Why it should be 3 feet? If it is 2.9 and suddenly virus will be waiting and attack you, only when it is 3 it will not come out. Such questions, such confusion, such things might have crossed, and it is all because of the group influence. We tend to behave in a way, knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or unconsciously, the way the majority of the people tend to behave. Sometimes it might be right, sometimes it might not be right. We tend to behave like this, and it is quite normal. Don't think that it is unusual, it is quite normal. Now, there is an issue called conformity. Please see the spelling. There are two things sounding which are being pronounced in the same way. One is CONFORM, conform. Another one is CONFIRM. CONFIRM means confirm. Confirm that you are going to attend tomorrow's class. Confirm that you have submitted your assignment. Confirm that you are getting the message. Confirm that you are able to see the slide on your monitor. Confirm means saying or disclosing that something is right, something is wrong. That is FIRM. CONFIRM. Here we are not talking about conformity. CONFORMIT. Conformity. This word. CONFORMIT. Why? Conformity means adherence to something, following something, right? Is your project report cover page conforms to university specimen? University has given a specimen about the cover page of your project report. It should be like this, it should be like this, it should be like this from top to bottom. Now you might have typed and prepared the cover page of your project report. Now your guide is going to ask you, the guide is going to check whether the cover page of your project report fully 100% whether it confirms CONFORM, confirms to the university specific. That is confirm means exactly adhering to, exactly observing, 100% observing. So now what is this conformity got to do with our theories of persuasion and social influence? See the conclusion part there. People faced with strong group consensus sometimes go along. Please note that what I told a couple of minutes back, even though they think the others may be wrong, even though we knew that line 3 and line 5 are similar, when 95% of our group say no, it is not 3 and 5, it is 1 and 6, we tend sometimes, it might not be always, sometimes we might be carried away by this group opinion. All might not be wrong. That is the explanation we give to ourselves to behave like it. All might not be wrong. You have seen this, is it not? Even when, say, in a circle, when we have stopped for the green light to come, suddenly when the amber comes or the orange comes, people start right, moving, is it not? It is not correct. But when we see all of us around us who had parked, who had stopped their vehicles, start even before the green light comes, even when the amber or orange is there, start. Sometimes we to start moving. Thinking that it might be right, it might be okay, but it is not right because amber is only to get ready. Because from the other side, from our right side, vehicles might still be moving. So we should not leave our place. We should not start moving when the amber or orange light is there. Unless it turns green, we should not move. But majority of the time, I have seen either whether it is in Shana Singh circle or Mahavir circle or Shivamurti circle, I have seen people suddenly starting their vehicles and start to move as if it is the right thing to do. And sometimes we have followed blindly. We have followed. We too have moved. Otherwise, the fellow behind me, the vehicle or the lorry behind me starts honking terribly. Right? What is this fellow doing still here? He's waiting for the green light. He might be the first time he has come on road. He might have got his driving license new. We have seen all this nonsense coming out from the drivers behind us. So we tend to follow. Even before the green light comes, we tend to follow, we tend to drive away. So this is the meaning of this. When people are faced with strong group senses, all around us, people are starting their vehicle. There is a group consensus. Sometimes we go along, even though we know that it is wrong. This is an example of your social influence. This is an example of we conforming, CONFORM, we conforming to group influence, group consensus, group behavior, even though at the bottom of our heart, we know that it is not the right behavior. We tend to follow. We tend to follow the mob. We tend to follow the crowd. We tend to follow the group behavior. Sometimes it happens. We have seen that not in some classes we find only one or two students. All others have one. Right? Your friends might be teasing you. Why if you are the only great student, you are attending the class when all of us are banking this afternoon class because it is so boring and all that. Sometimes you have to indulge in this. Okay, it is a part of this. Now, as part of these theories of persuasion and social influence, we have four theories we noted, and the first theory is social exchange theory. Very, very simple. You can easily understand this. We always tend to look at our behaviors. Please go through the contents. Are you able to see this?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Please go through those 4-5 bullets. Social exchange theory uses the economic metaphor. Metaphor means example, similarity, similar example, right? Closely resembling example of costs and benefits to predict behavior. Please note this is a very simple, easily relatable, personal to the personal experiences. This theory says or uses the economic example of costs and benefits, right? We always pay something expecting certain equal benefits. Equal benefits. I pay 50 rupees or 38 rupees for a kg of sugar. I expect the value of sugar to be exactly 38 or the benefits from this product exactly 36. We always, as consumers, as part of our economic life, we always tend to balance cost and benefit. Sometimes we tend to pay more for a lesser benefit. Sometimes we pay less, but our benefits might be more. But as rational consumers, we always tend to compare cost and benefits. If the benefits are 100 rupees, we don't pay 200 rupees. Or if the benefits are 200 rupees, we might, to save the cost, we might agree to pay lesser. But the thing is, he will not, the seller will not sell. That's the thing. So we will always try to balance cost and benefits. We call this trade-off in finance. But this is a common economic thing or the issue. It assumes that individuals and groups choose strategies based on perceived rewards and costs. All individuals, all groups are expected to behave rationally in their public space. They always examine, they always consider in their minds rewards and costs of particular behavior or every behavior. If I behave like this is the cost and this is the benefit. If the benefits match the cost, I will behave in this. Otherwise, I will not. Otherwise, I will not. If I don't wear the seat belt, this is the cost. That is 500 rupees fine. And if I wear the seat belt, this is the benefit. That is safety to my life, saving of 500 rupees. So it is worth wearing seat belt while driving. Always we consider this. Suppose if there are no costs for not wearing the seat belt, no fines being levied, I might not wear. Or if I know that seat belts are not going to help save our lives even in a worst condition, I might not wear. So I will always wear as an individual, as a part of the group. I choose the strategies, I choose the action based on my perception. My it might not be real also. It might be only my thinking. Others might not be thinking different. They're thinking differently. So according to the rewards and the costs or the benefits and costs, I am expected to gain or incur or I am expected to experience because of a particular behavior, I then accordingly I will behave. So this theory developed by John T. Good and Harold Kelly applies to many fields of study, including interpersonal communication, public relations, and theories of organization. See the next point. Social exchange theory asserts that people factor in. Factoring in means consider. People consider the consequences of their behavior before acting. All of us, unless it is a very, very temporal, temporary action. Otherwise, all of us will consider the impact, consequences, outcome of our behavior before behaving in a given way, before acting in a given way. In general, people want to keep their costs low and their rewards high. This is universal truth. All of us, as consumers of various products and services, we always try to keep our costs low and try to have larger, higher benefits. It is always there. Nobody wants to pay more and get less benefits. Nobody who is a rational human being. People generally act in ways that they assume will reduce the cost and increase the reward. This is also all of us. We don't want to be extravagant. We might be having thousands of rupees in our pocket, but we don't want to be extravagant. We always try to reduce the cost. We bargain. We have seen housewives bargaining even for 1 rupee 50 paisa. If he says lemon is 3 rupees, they will buy it for somehow they will manage to buy it for 2 rupees 50 paisa. Not that they cannot afford 50 paisa, but it is there in their behavior to tend to reduce the cost, and that is quite common. That is not unusual also. So people generally act in ways they assume will reduce the cost and increase the rewards. So that is why some of the get rich quick schemes. What is this get rich quick schemes? Lot of these gambling activities, all these activities, they are without sweating, without incurring the cost, incurring the labor, incurring the hard work. People tend to want to become rich overnight. Suddenly, if somebody says you are going to be given 30% rate of interest, people will suddenly go and park. We have seen a lot of fiascos, whether it's IMA scandal or various other scandals. Just because somebody is assuring you 30% interest or 40% interest, people have parked their funds, their hard-earned earnings, and they have lost everything. Nobody on earth can give you 30% interest. In fact, yesterday, State Bank of India has reduced the savings bank interest rate 3% to 2.75%. You must have read this. That is the average rate of interest. So, but some people, some scrupulous people, some fraudsters know the people's tendency. They want to get rich very quick. So if I dangle 30% rate of interest before them, people will come with their hard-earned money and they will keep this. I can swindle them. I can launder them. That is what the IMA scandal has shown. So many people, fraudsters especially, use this principle for a long time because they know that, see the previous bullet point, people tend to reduce their cost and increase their reward. So when I know that my reward will be 30% as against an average 5% given by commercial banks and nationalized banks, as a human being, as an ordinary common human being, I interested in maximizing my rewards. I tend to go and put my money or deposit my money in such organizations without really checking their antecedents, without really checking their profile, etc. etc. And many people misuse this tendency of the people. So this is exchange theory for you, social exchange theory for you. This theory tells that people behave based on their perceived, based on the perceived constant benefits of their behavior. So as a public relations consultant, you can use this theory to communicate appropriate message. This is, you have to tell your target audience, see, this is the cost of this particular action and this is the benefit. If you buy this product, this is going to be your benefit. If you buy this product at this cost, this is going to be your benefit. You present both the costs and benefits of your particular action, particular product, particular offer, etc. And try to showcase to your target audience that their benefits are going to be more than the cost they are likely to incur. Then you'll be able to attract the particular segment of public, particular segment of the consumers to your product, to your company, to your services, etc. So as a PR consultant, you should always remember this social exchange theory while designing your communication, while designing your PR program. You have to highlight the costs and benefits of an expected action by your target audience. You should try to show how they can maximize their benefits and minimize their costs by adhering to, by following, right, by choosing this particular offer from your company and how they're going to gain from this offer from the company. That's how you have to design